Guess who's back? Back again. Danny's back. Tell a friend I'm back. So this video is going to be a little where have I been video. I kind of disappeared last year. I think I did maybe like 6 videos all year, which is not good. But my channel is still growing, so thank you to those who have subscribed even though I haven't been posting any videos. I just wanted to get on here real quick and go over some things that have been holding me back from being on YouTube, and I have a little announcement that you will have to tune in to the end of the video to find out what my announcement is. So we all know that 2020 sucked majorly for pretty much the whole world, but I had a lot of things go on in 2020 that really put me in a funk, so I just wanted to go over what has been going on with me and why I haven't been posting, and I hope you will sit and listen to what I have to say, and hopefully you guys can relate, and feel free to comment anything that you guys have been going through lately. I would love to talk to you guys about it because we're all going through it. Even though it's 2021 now, it still is not looking too promising for this year either. So first thing I guess that went wrong was I lost my best friend, and I will pop up some pictures of her in some of my videos. And the reason why, I mean, this is my third dog that I've had that's passed away. Third dog that was like my dog. Like, I had dogs with my, with my family that's passed away. So this is not the first time I've gone through losing a pet. This one like really hit me hard because my first dog, which I had 2 Chihuahuas, Speedy and Slowpoke, and yes, they were named after the cartoon characters. Speedy was like a giant Chihuahua, and she ended up having a heart defect, and she just basically died suddenly without like no warning, which was very difficult to handle, don't get me wrong, but she wasn't very lovey-dovey. She was kind of like, I don't want to say she wasn't like my best friend. She was definitely my best friend. She was my only dog at one point, but she was definitely like kind of a little bit of a loner. She was very mean towards other people, and she just wasn't very lovey-dovey. And then my other dog, my other Chihuahua, Pokey as we called her, she basically died of old age. She was, I want to say she was 16. She was either almost 16 or almost 17, but she went blind, she was deaf, she pretty much didn't know who I was anymore, so it was a little bit easier when she died because I felt like she had no quality of life, and she basically was, she wasn't herself anymore. So Bubby, who is my black miniature pinscher, was like literally like my shadow, or I called her Leechy Bub because she was constantly stuck to me. Like anywhere I went, she had to be sitting with me. If I was doing my makeup, she was sitting on my lap. If I was editing videos, she was sitting behind me in the chair. Like, she just was constantly had to be with me at all times. And she was the most loving dog that there was. Like, she would give you kisses and snuggle with you. She was just the sweetest little dog that I ever had. And basically she was very rambunctious as a puppy, and she would jump off of furniture, and she would jump over baby gates, and she, at one point, somebody was holding her and she fell and she knocked herself unconscious. Like, she was very, she didn't have any fear of getting hurt, but that kind of was her demise, in that she injured her neck. We don't know when. I suspect it was when we took her for a walk one day, and she was the type of dog that would like run full speed and would like pull on her like leash and her collar, and she would, after we go on a walk, her neck would be all sore, and we take her to the vet, and they were like, it's just probably arthritis, she's just getting old, whatever. But eventually she became paralyzed from the neck down, and I feel like we gave up on her. Like she was still there. She was still fully, healthy. All of her organs worked. She could see, she could hear. She just couldn't move, so to have surgery done, it would have cost like $15,000. And believe me, I would have sold an organ to make it happen, but it just didn't make any sense. There was no guarantee that it was even going to work. But I just felt so much guilt that I gave up on her. Like, she's like my kid, and if I had a kid that became paralyzed, I wouldn't just give up on him. And I just had this tremendous guilt for giving up on her, and it just completely devastated me. And I would cry all the time just thinking about how she loved me so much, and I basically just gave up on her and didn't do anything to help her. So as much as I tried to do videos and stuff, I just felt empty, like I was missing a piece of myself. She was in so many of my videos, and she was just my best friend, and she was no longer with me anymore, and it just completely destroyed me and my enjoyment of everything. So I still struggle with that. I don't struggle with it as much as I did at the beginning of 2020, but it definitely affected the rest of my year. That started right before the pandemic started shutting everything down. So obviously that's the other thing that happened in 2020 that sucked. And unlike most people that lost their jobs, or their jobs temporarily shut down, or hours were reduced, my job and my husband's jobs are very much ramped up even more because of the pandemic. So we're both super busy and working way more hours than we ever worked before. So I'm always exhausted when I get home. I work 12-hour days. I drive an hour to and from work. So ultimately my work day is about 14 hours long. So when the weekend comes, I'm I have no enthusiasm for doing anything but just sitting on the couch and not moving. So Christmas, it was a complete disaster. I was working 6 days a week, 12-hour days. I was making a ton of money, but it was just a lot of work in a few weeks period of time, and it wasn't fun. And I'm glad that it is over with, but I don't see any reason why it's going to get any better until the pandemic is over. But even then, I think the world has kind of changed in that people aren't shopping in stores anymore, and we are all buying stuff online, which means that I and my husband is more towards buying stuff in stores, but I am definitely affected by people buying stuff online. So my work is super crazy busy, and in the end of October, I actually broke my ankle at work, and that was a big disaster because, well, you think, oh, you're super busy, here's your chance to get a break, which was great. I loved that I didn't have to go to work, but because my foot was in a, whatever those things are called, a brace, I couldn't do anything but sit on the couch. I couldn't shoot any videos because I couldn't wear shoes. I couldn't go anywhere. So basically, I just sat on the couch for 4 weeks and gained 5 pounds, which I was already unhappy with how much I weighed to begin with. Add another 5 pounds onto it, and I'm really not happy about it. But then I find out that they're not going to pay me. Well, they paid me 1 week for workers' comp. I got paid 1 week from my employer because they forced me to use all my sick days. And then I got paid 1 week of workers' comp, and the other 2 weeks I got paid 0. So I was off work and I didn't make any money. So as much as it was nice to be home and not be at work, I didn't make any money. Workers' comp is a scam. I can understand why people have to get lawyers because of workers' comp, because they will screw you over whenever they can. So that was a disaster. What else happened this year? Because my work days have become so long, we decided we have to move closer to where my work is so that I'm not driving so far to work. So we, at one point, were investigating like building onto this current house that we have in, because we have almost 5 acres, and it would be way easier, to add on to the house to give us more room. But that didn't solve the problem of me driving so far to work. So we decided we were going to look to move closer to where I work. And that was this big stressful thing, because I have very specific taste when it comes to my house. There's like so many rooms I'd like to have. I don't like wood, like cabinets and stuff. And the houses we were looking at in our price range was already updated and had, wood cabinets, and it just wasn't my style. So I was starting to get frustrated, and we eventually found a house that was way cheaper than what we wanted. That was what we were looking at, but it needed like a ton of work. So basically, since I want to say Thanksgiving until like a few weeks ago, we were negotiating to buy this house. And literally like the Thursday before, it was either Wednesday or Thursday before New Year's Eve, we got the call that they accepted our offer, and things were starting to look up for 2021. So I was excited that we were going to buy this new house, and I got a random day off at work that I wasn't expecting. So the end of my 2020 was good. So I was super excited to get back into filming videos for you guys. I've had so many of you guys reach out to me and, ask how I've been, where I've been, and they hope that I'm doing okay. And I super love you guys for that. It means like the world to me that I've connected with, some of you on a level that you guys care about me and are curious on what happened to me. So I super appreciate all you guys. And for all you new people that's subscribed, I hope you guys will stick around, and I hope to connect with you guys as well. I should have made like some summary of what I wanted to talk about, but I didn't. I guess the pandemic, is super sucky for everybody. Basically all of our holidays we didn't celebrate. So Christmas was just like a regular day for me to chill and not be at work, but we didn't exchange any presents with anybody. Husband and I didn't give each other anything because the whole house thing, we're like trying to save money for that. So all the holidays pretty much this year sucked. Christmas is like my favorite holiday, and we didn't really get to celebrate that. Thanksgiving, me and my husband did on our own. We made our own little meal here at our house. Didn't get to do any traveling or anything this year, so it's just 2020 was a disaster, and I'm glad it's over. I'm optimistic that 2020 might be a little bit better, but so far it's not going great with what's going on with our government. If you're from the United States, it's war might break out. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm really trying to be motivated to make videos. I had so many outfits planned for like Christmas, and I don't know, I had just a bunch of videos planned. I have outfits and bought a bunch of stuff for outfits for videos that I just didn't have time to do, and I still ultimately am going to do them. I don't care if you guys don't want to see Christmas outfits right now, but I'm going to post them anyway, because you can watch my old videos for this 2021 Christmas and get inspired, I guess, because some of my old videos are super popular around the time. Like my back to school video does fairly well, like in the fall when kids are going back to school. So when I post my Christmas outfit video, who knows when, I'm still gonna post it. So that is pretty much where I've been. The ups and downs and lack of energy and lack of motivation. This is the first time I put on full beat makeup since probably the last video I did, which was probably in, I don't even remember when I did that video, probably September maybe. So at least 4 or 5 months since I put makeup on, so, and got dressed. So I was reluctant to put makeup on and to put an outfit on because every time I go to do it, I just feel like I just don't have it in me to do it. I know this video is not what you guys look forward to seeing, just me sitting here talking to you, but I had to get this stuff off my chest and explain to you where I've been and what's been going on with me. Again, I'd love to hear how you guys are doing. I know everybody's going through it. 2020, 2021, you know, we're all still going through it. So feel free to leave me messages in the comments. Also, don't be afraid to DM me on Instagram. I have quite a few of you guys that DM me on Instagram. I will pop up my Instagram up on the screen, so please, I encourage everybody to don't be afraid to message me. I'm not like other YouTuber people that think they're like Jeffree Star and they don't have time to respond to people, because I will respond to your messages no matter what. So that's what I've been up to. And now the big announcement that I don't know if anybody even cares, or kind of sounds stupid to say because I haven't hardly posted anything on this channel, but I am going to start another channel, Punky Dani Home, where I am going to show you the progress on my new house, because my crazy fashion that I have also translates into my house, and I like to do crazy odd things in my house as well, and I think you guys might enjoy it if you like my style. Maybe you're interested in some crazy home decor, interior design, and maybe some unconventional things that people might be afraid to do to their house. I will do it because I'm that kind of person. So we haven't moved yet. We haven't got the keys yet. It probably will be in February, beginning of March. Whenever I get the keys, I'm going to do an empty house tour. I will post it here on this channel and on my new channel. So when I get that set up, I hope that you guys will subscribe and go along on this crazy busy journey of me renovating our new house, because it's super an awesome house and I'm super excited to get working on it, and I hope you guys will follow along with me. So that's all I have for you today. I'm sorry it wasn't that exciting, but I just wanted to chat with you guys, and I do have videos coming that I'm probably going to film right now. I'm going to film a shoe haul because I bought a bunch of shoes like I always do, and my shoe hauls seem to do well, so it's like a collective haul from like 4 or 5 months worth of buying stuff. I'm just going to show you all my shoes I got, so be on the lookout for my shoe haul video coming out shortly. So remember, same as lame, embrace your weirdness, and I will see you guys in my next video.